Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome dear children in your mathematics class. I hope you are doing well and staying safe in this pandemic. So students, today we start the new chapter, that is fractions and decimals. So you have studied the fractions in your previous classes. You know what are fractions. So let's recall it. So what is a fraction? A fraction is always a number which tells how much of the total, or you can say fraction is a part of the whole. It is represented by A over B, where A and B are whole number, and this B is not equals to 0. The number, you can see this is the horizontal line, right? So the number above this horizontal line, or this horizontal line, is also known as division line. Okay, so the number above this division line is called the numerator. So what is this? This is numerator. And the number below this division line is called denominator. Okay, for example, suppose if we have 7 by 5, so 7 is numerator and the number 5 is denominator. You must know these things, you have studied in your previous classes, so I'm just recalling those things again. Okay, so what we say here, we normally say that this is 7 over 5, or we can say 7 by 5 or 7 upon 5, and we can also say like 7 or we can, if we have like this 1 by 6, we can say 1/6, right? So it is nothing but a fraction. So when you say 1/6, it actually tells you that one part or out of 6 part. Okay, it is actually tell you that this is the one part out of 6 part. If we draw like this, so it means that this, if we shade this, so this is 1 by 6. It means that this is the one part out of this whole 6 parts. This is what fraction is. Clear? So fraction is nothing but it is a ratio. It is a ratio of two integers in the form of P by Q or A by B, such that Q is not equals to 0. Now why I am always saying that this Q is not equals to 0, it means that denominator is not equals to 0. It is because if Q becomes 0, then the value of this entire fraction will not be defined, because anything divided by 0 is not defined. So in a fraction, the denominator would never be 0. Clear? Now addition of fraction. How we add two fractions? See, there are, first let's take first example. Suppose if we have two fractions like 4 by 9 plus 2 by 9. We have this here, and here you can see that the denominator are same, right? So when we have like denominators, what we do, we simply add the numerators and the denominator remains the same. Okay, so how we write it? We write like 4 plus 2 and the denominator remains the same. Here the denominator is 9, so here we write 9, and 4 plus 2 is 6 by 9. Now you can reduce this also. 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9, so you will get 2 by 3. This is how we add the fractions. Those have same denominators. Now suppose if we have a fraction which has different denominator, like 3 by 5 plus 3 by 4 plus 2 by 5. If we have the fraction which has different denominators, then how we add them? See, what is the first step? Our first step is to find out the LCM of the denominators. This is the first step. We first find out the LCM of the denominators. It means LCM of 4 and 5. So what would be the LCM of 4 and 5? 2 2s are 4, 2 1 times, then 5 1 time. So LCM would be 2 2s are 4, 5 4s are 20. So the LCM of 4 and 5 is 20. Now what we do, whatever is the LCM, that would become the denominator, and we immediately write the LCM here like this. Okay, whatever would be the LCM, that would become the denominator. Clear? Now the next step is we divide this LCM by this denominator. So first we divide 4 and 20. So when we divide 4 and 20, here you will get 5. Now what we do, we multiply this to the numerator of that same fraction. So this fraction, the numerator of this fraction is 3. So we multiply 5 by 3. Now the same process we are going to do with the next fraction. We divide this denominator by the LCM. That means we divide 5 and 20. What we get here? 4. Now we multiply this by the numerator of the same fraction. So here the numerator is 2. And we write this positive sign as it is here. So we'll get this. Now 5 3s are 15 plus 4 2s are 8 divided by 20. Now when we add them, what you get here? 23 by 20. And if you want to convert this into mixed fraction, then you can divide it and you will change this into mixed fraction. So this is how you will add the two fractions of different denominators, and remember you have to use this method only. Clear, children? Now subtraction of fraction. This is same as we do in the addition. Okay, so here you can see what is here. One whole number 3 by 4 minus 4 by 25. We have to subtract these two fractions. Now see, this fraction is in mixed fraction, right? So first, here the first step is that we convert this mixed fraction into improper fraction. So how we convert this into improper fraction? First, what we do, we multiply 4 and 1, right? We multiply 4 and 1, and then we add this numerator. and the denominator remains the same. So 4 multiplied by 1, 4 plus 3 by 4, that is we get 7 by 4. Remember, you have studied in your previous classes, right? So what we get here, 4 1s are 4, 4 plus 3, 7. 7 by 4 minus 4 by 25. Now what I told you, that you have to find out the LCM of the denominators. First step is to find LCM, right? LCM of what? LCM of whom? LCM of denominators. That is 4 and 25. So 4 and 25 2 times. We write 25 as it is. Then 2 1 times 25. Then 5 times. 5 1 times. So what would be the LCM of 4 and 25? It is 100. So whatever the LCM we get, that will become the denominator. So we write here 100. Now we divide the denominator by this LCM. Okay. So we divide 4 and 100. 4 2s are 8. Here we get 20. 4 5s are 20. So here we get 25 with the numerator of that same fraction. So we divide, here the numerator is 7. So we multiply it by 7 and then we place minus sign here. Now again we divide the LCM by the denominator of this second fraction. That means we divide 25 and 100. So here we get 4, right? So we multiply this with the numerator of that fraction. So we multiply 4. This is what we get on division, and this is the numerator. We multiply it by the numerator. So this is what we get here. Now we multiply 25 and 7. You will get 175 minus 16 upon 100. Now when you subtract, you will get here 159 divided by 100. Now this is an improper fraction, so we convert this into mixed fraction. How we convert into mixed fraction? We divide 100 and 159. So when we divide 100 and 159, 100 1 times 100, and you will get 59. How we write? Whatever the here the denominator remains the same, it means we write 100, okay, and we write quotient here. The quotient is 1, so we write this quotient here, and whatever would be the remainder is your numerator. Clear? This is what? This is the quotient and the remainder divided by the divisor. So this is how we write in mixed fraction. Clear how you subtract the two fractions of different denominators? And if you have same denominators, then you simply subtract the numerators and the denominator remain as it is. Clear, children?